Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Well, yesterday, Kesh Patel had a big press conference, I actually believe here in Cincinnati area, where he announced 2 Ohioans and 22 Chinese fentanyl arrests, trafficking fentanyl. 20-page indictment. The Ohioans were Eric Payne, 39, and his significant other, 24-year-old Arian Rayford, both in the Dayton area. And what's really wild is these Chinese names, Yang, Zi, Chen, you don't know who the hell they are. But they got nailed. And then we had Judge Janine, who's now the prosecutor in Washington, D.C., announced 1,300 barrels, 697 pounds of meth ingredients intercepted from China to Mexico. I'm sure that's going to factor into some negotiations with President Trump. Meanwhile, J.D. Vance went to the Minneapolis Annunciation Catholic Church, met with all those that were affected and grieving, and you cannot make this up. Protesters outside the church, protect our kids, you're a coward. Wow. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, meanwhile, inferred very clearly he was hoping that Donald Trump did in fact die over the weekend. Can you imagine if somebody said that about Joe Biden, what they would have done? Trump yesterday at the White House met with the Prime Minister of Poland, where we have great solidarity. Today, by the way, what's going on in the White House is Trump's apparently going to talk to Zelensky, and over on Capitol Hill, RFK Jr. is testifying to the Senate committee. Epstein list. I did a Facebook Live about this. Nobody talks about this. Everybody's talking about that list now. They're saying there isn't actually a list. These victims, and I feel bad for the victims, but these victims and their legal counsel did a documentary. They did this big, long documentary. They know they could release the names of anybody that's not named Epstein, Maxwell, and Prince Andrew if they wanted to. Have you actually heard a name besides those 3 come out of the mouths of these people? No. They have the names, if there is anybody else. See, I've become convinced that this has all been some kind of almost urban legend. There's plenty of people that have their names. If their names, give it to us. Florida vaccine mandates are going by the wayside. There's plans by the Florida Surgeon General, Joseph Ladapo, supported by Governor DeSantis. No more mandatory vax, including schools. World news. Putin says the light might be at the end of the tunnel on the Ukrainian war. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, Putin, and Kim Jong-un caught on a hot mic, Putin commenting about continuously transplanting human organs and achieving immortality. And some predict humans could live up to 150 years. It's crazy talk. Jamie Raskin versus Nigel Farage yesterday, U.S. House Judiciary Committee clash over issues of censorship and free speech. And they arrested this comedian too. It's nuts what's going on in England and Great Britain on free speech. The comedian Graham Linehan was arrested for social media expos criticizing transgender community. Wow. And pop culture. This is sick. I put in pop culture because I didn't really have much in pop culture, to be candid with you. 5 children, 5 to 14-year-olds, held in a dungeon by James Call and Carly Call. I mean, locked in room, camera, no beds, boarded up windows, feces, fleas, sick. How do these people not be put to death after a trial? Michigan college student Sarah Carroll, so sad, gunned down, kept trying to get a restraining order from an ex-boyfriend. She was studied to be a physician's assistant. Beautiful girl, smart girl, gunned down by a nut job. Sports Without Boundaries. I will be very sad tomorrow, in a bad mood, because the Cowboys play the Eagles at 8:20 tonight, and we know what's going to happen. CEO of a Polish paving company had a hat signed by Kamil Metrick. Snapped it out of a little boy's hand. Said it was for his kid. Bullshit. He's now apologized. And your Shakespeare insult of the day is, do not be a withered frothy clod. Coming up next, local news.